A life-saving talisman bracelet. The story I want to tell today is still the material provided by our old friend, Jong San. Every adult has experienced the so-called low period. What is not going well? What is not fragrant when eating? And drinking cold and white can choke ourselves into nervous hiccups. Jong San was like this for a year. The whole person was depressed and depressed. And he was depressed and depressed. When the parents saw it, this can't work. One day, his father gave Jong San a string of bracelets that he asked for out of nowhere. Made of wood, the beads were polished round and full. And the oil was shiny. Jong San put it on his hand and tried it. And it felt beautiful and comfortable, so he accepted it and wore it every day. At first, I didn't think there was anything abnormal. He didn't often worry about the big bracelets. And he felt more and more like the master of literary play Ma Wiju. And the feeling was quite comfortable. Who knew that it didn't take long for unbelievable things to follow? Jong San returned to the dormitory every day after the night shift. And when he walked to the corner of the first floor, he felt that a pair of eyes were staring at him with bad intentions. We've all had the experience that whenever someone focuses their eyes on themselves, there is a feeling of discomfort of being spied on. This netizen is too, but he turns back to look around unexpectedly, but he doesn't find anything. Jong San guessed that it could be that he was too tired from working overtime recently, and had some hallucinations similar to neurasthenia. But as time went on, he not only felt the staring gaze, but even began to feel that there was always an invisible person following him. Over time, netizens felt that the invisible stalker was getting closer and closer. And every time he passed by the corner on the first floor of the dormitory after the night shift, he felt his hair stand on end inexplicably, and he was terrified. As if the weird stalker would pounce on his back in the next second. One day, Jong San got off the night shift and had a supper with his colleagues. And it was already late when he came back to the dormitory. As soon as I reached the staircase at the corner of the first floor of the dormitory, the familiar feeling came back to me. Netizens only felt that the person was getting closer and closer. And almost all of them had already hit themselves. Netizens said that at that time, the fear of suddenly clenching his heart, difficulty breathing, and weakness in his calves will never be forgotten for the rest of his life. What the hell is it? He didn't dare to look, and he didn't dare to ask. The remaining sanity made netizens take a deep breath. And then they sank into the dantian and ran away. He rushed up the stairs at a speed of 100 meters, opened the dormitory door, dodged into the room, and quickly closed the door and locked it. This series of actions is performed in one go, as if playing a video that has been fast-forwarded at 2.5 times. At that time, there was a 40-year-old brother in the dormitory who was eating noodles. And he was instantly stunned by the vigorous skills of netizens. After a long time, he reacted and asked netizens, "Why are you kid running so fast? Chased by a ghost? Could it be that she is a beautiful female ghost?" The frightened Jong San wanted to tell this colleague about his series of terrifying experiences, only to hear a crisp sound of pop. And a wooden bead on the bracelet shattered in front of them and fell to the ground. Jong San and the old brother were stunned. And they were stunned for a long time before they went back to the house without mentioning it. Since then, Jong San has decided that this bracelet is an artifact with boundless mana that has not been encountered for 100 years. And he wears it on his hand without leaving his body. And he often has to plait it with great piety. Gradually, he noticed that the beads of the bracelet began to appear mottled and cracked. And the iron thread was covered with every wooden bead like a spider web. Later, one night, Jong San took off the bracelet and put it next to his pillow when he took a bath. And when he finished bathing and was about to put it back on, he couldn't find it anyway. Jong San was so anxious that his dormitory friends thought that he had hysteria in the middle of the night. But it's a pity that the amulet-like powerful bracelet disappeared out of thin air. And it has not been found yet. Zhang San has always believed that the bracelet has resolved and eliminated many disasters for him. And finally died protecting the master. The fate between people and objects is really indescribable. And there are arrangements in the dark. Actually, I think maybe it's because that bracelet is condensed with Zhang San's parents' love for licking calves and cherishing their children. Their hearts are earnest. And their love for boxing. We often say that parents are the two most special Buddhas that everyone is born with. And yet they can be blessed and prayed. Can it be a magic weapon with boundless power?
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and put notification on to watch more videos. If you have similar experience, please comment and let me know your experience.